What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today I want to talk to you about a car I'm extremely excited about. If you've seen the title, you already know what I'm talking about, or if you pay attention to the announcements that Mercedes-Benz makes, you know what I'm talking about for sure. I'm talking about the 2023 Mercedes-AMG GT 63E performance vehicle. This is absolutely insane, and that is easily one of the longest names I've ever seen for a vehicle to date. So this is an important vehicle because it's really going to level set the luxury performance segment at this level. So what this is AMG's first plug-in hybrid vehicle, which makes it a really important car. They got to get this right, and I'm sure that they will. So underneath the hood, you're getting a 4-liter bi-turbo V8. That's that same power plant that we're familiar with in all their top trim cars. It is a fan favorite. It's an excellent power plant. Hardly has any turbo lag when it's by itself. I can only imagine when it's going to be like in this application, because Mercedes-Benz is combining an electric motor on the rear axle that's going to work in tandem with that 4-liter bi-turbo V8 up front. Performance is going to be bananas. Now, it has a 9-speed automatic transmission that it's going to be coupled to, and the 0 to 60 time is going to be 2.9 seconds, which is just absolutely insane when you think about it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you notice, when Mercedes-AMG puts out a vehicle, let's say they put out anything, a 63 model, they'll claim that it goes 0 to 60 in about 3.2 seconds or so. But when you actually get behind the wheel of that vehicle, you'll notice you might hit 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. So it's almost like they downplay it a little bit. So if they're claiming 2.9 seconds for this new car, I can only imagine what the real world numbers are going to be, especially since it has that 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system, which is able to vary the torque at each wheel, which is just absolutely insane. So the combined output with the 4-liter bi-turbo V8 and the electric motor is going to be 831 horsepower. And you're also looking at over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. That is just absolutely insane. So you're getting 1,082 pound-feet of torque. That's going to shred some tires. Just to even say those numbers is just out of this world. 10 years ago, to say that would be available in a luxury car like this would just be unheard of. I would have never believed you, but that's where we are today. So that 4-liter bi-turbo V8 by itself is putting out 630 horsepower. You're also getting 664 pound-feet of torque. And then that E-motor is connected to a 4.8 kilowatt-hour battery using a 2-speed gearbox as well. So that's going to put out 201 horsepower by itself up to 10 seconds, or 94 horsepower continuously in sync with that 4-liter bi-turbo V8. So the output again is going to be insane. So in this vehicle alone, you're looking at 7 different driving modes. I mean, I remember back in the day when drive modes were first becoming a thing, you had your choice between just simply comfort or sport. And now you're looking at 7 different drive modes, which is absolutely insane. So obviously there's going to be an E mode, and they're talking about that's going to have a range by itself of up to 7 to 9 miles. You know, that's cool and all that. And a lot of people are going to critique saying, well, the range in E mode isn't enough. And to that, I say this: you have to really look at what AMG's goal was here. Their goal wasn't to make a car that was fuel efficient or green, or just you could use the electric motor to go all around town. Their goal was top speed and acceleration. And I think they successfully achieved that goal if they're claiming 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And quite frankly, nobody who's purchasing this vehicle is purchasing it for the miles per gallon or the fuel economy. You know, if you want a fuel efficient vehicle, obviously you need to be looking elsewhere, something that doesn't have an AMG badge on it at all. So that's what I have to say to that. 7 to 9 miles on pure electric mode, quite frankly, who cares? I'm all here for the instantaneous acceleration that will rip your face off once you hit that accelerator. So if you want to ride in E mode, 7 to 9 miles, and the top end speed on that is 80 miles per hour as claimed. You also have 4 different levels of regen braking, which is pretty cool. And speaking of brakes, you're getting carbon ceramic brakes, 16.5 inches up front, 15 inches in the rear. That's larger than what's found on the standard car. Of course, that's going to reduce your unsprung mass and just larger brakes. The carbon ceramic brakes offer better performance. You guys know the deal with those. They are a little squeaky around town, but I'm sure people who drive this car aren't really going to care. And of course, these brake rotors are larger than what's found on the standard car. 0.7 inches larger up front and 0.8 inches larger in the rear when compared to the standard GT63 four-door coupe. Of course, as I mentioned before, you're getting that 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system that's able to vary the torque to each wheel. That 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system is the truth and was truly a game changer when AMG started incorporating that in their vehicles, and I'm happy to see that it's staying in this vehicle. It makes it feel like it's a sports car by varying a lot of the torque to the rear axle, and it just makes the cars really fun to drive. Now, to put all that power down, of course, it's going to vary the torque to all wheels, and again, that's going to give you that acceleration instead of just wasted power by having the rear axle light up behind you and you're not moving. So that's pretty cool. From the pictures, you also see that you have new wheel options, 20 inches and 21 inches as well. I only have two concerns about this car, and these are purely subjective, especially the first one. The first one is the charge port location located on the rear bumper. I don't know why that is. It looks odd back there to me. I feel like it should have been incorporated on the side profile of the vehicle and it just looked like a regular fuel cap. But on the back, it just looks kind of odd. Maybe that's something you'll get over when you drive it. Maybe when I see this car in the flesh, I won't care. Maybe nobody else cares about it, but it's just something that I noticed. And then also, the standard AMG GT63 four-door coupe, while that car has a lot of power, it's also a heavy car. It's not the lightest car out there. It's fun to drive on the track and on the road. You can throw it around a bit, but when you start adding electric motors and batteries to a platform, you're going to start increasing the weight, obviously. So while batteries are now being incorporated in a lot more vehicles, I feel like battery technology hasn't progressed enough to the point where the batteries are a lot lighter than what they currently are. So that's why when you see electric cars or hybrid vehicles, the manufacturers incorporate those batteries as low in the vehicle as physically possible so it doesn't impact your CG or your driving dynamics. So you want to keep it as low in the vehicle as possible and in the center of the vehicle if possible as well to prevent understeer and oversteer. So with the batteries being added to this platform, that's going to obviously alter the weight of the vehicle. It's obviously going to make the car heavier. I wonder if Mercedes-AMG has done any steps to try and counter or preserve the driving dynamics of the vehicle so that it still handles extremely sharp like a sports car should, like a performance car is known to do. Um, Once you start adding stuff to a platform, you're not going to get anything for free, right? So we're getting more power, but that's costing us in terms of weight. So it's going to be interesting to see what AMG does to counter that. I want to know what you guys think about this vehicle. I'm really excited about it. I think the numbers are insane, especially that torque number. Over 1,000 pound-feet of torque and 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. It's just absolutely crazy. The vehicle looks good, of course. It's going to perform well. I'm really happy to see that Mercedes-AMG is keeping that 4-liter bi-turbo V8. I know a lot of you guys are concerned about the V8 living on, especially with the announcement of the next generation C63 not having a V8. The V8 is going to be living on in this AMG GT four-door model. Let me know what you guys think about this car in the comment section. If you're interested in purchasing this car, my friend Benzblogger at Mercedes-Benz of Atlanta Northeast is happy to help you out. She's taking orders on this car already. So I'll leave all her contact information in the description box below. Until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.